Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to class. Please be seated. I'm actually going to stick to the script today. And if you've read the title, you'll know that I have sold my soul to the YouTube algorithm gods and decided to do what every YouTuber has done at least once.
So I got the tier list.
Insert joke about being a YouTuber, compilation of tier list intros. Anyway, for those of you who don't know what a tier list is, I've done the self-improvement thing for about 2 years now. I've experimented here and there, and I've gotten the gist of what works for me personally and what doesn't. So I decided to take everything that I've learned from self-improvement so far and rate it on a scale of S being the best top of the top that I could recommend for anyone, to E being the lowest of the low. Please never do this. So without further ado, because I know your guys' attention is shot because this is long form content, I've got 10 types of self-improvement for this tier list. Number 1 is waking up early. Now if you have a sleep schedule like I used to have, you'll know that you get very little done in a day. You'll know that you could have gone to gym in that time. You could have made a proper breakfast in that time. You'll know that if you wake up at any time that ends in PM, you'll have that feeling of regret. You would have slept. You would have had the best sleep of your life. But you'll have that nagging feeling of regret. So, to start off strong on this list, I'm going to give this an A tier, just because of how much more productive my days can be. Number 2 is reading. This is going to be a little bit of a controversial take because I have gotten so much from reading. I have learned how to deal with people thanks to Dale Carnegie. I have learned how to build very productive habits thanks to James Clear. I have learned how to deal with my own mortality thanks to Marcus Aurelius. I've learned all of these things through the books that I've read. But the weird thing is that I've already come across these lessons in watching these YouTubers and watching stupid little short form content. It's more the execution of the shit you already know because of all of this. If you've watched Andrew Tate's shorts, or if you've watched Hamza's shorts, or if you've watched any of these little shorts, you get the snippets of information already. It's more just about the execution. If you treat reading more like a study than casual reading, I would rank this higher, but for now I casually read and I pick up the lessons as I go. So therefore, I'm going to give this a B tier just because it's not essential, but it's still very much worthwhile. Number 3 is gym. The starting point of self-improvement for a lot of young men and women out there. Gym is where you start to find your confidence. Gym is where you start to find a group of like-minded people who want to better themselves, who have a drive for a better life. Gym is where a lot of it starts for all of us. So, I am going to give this the first S tier. This is where you build your confidence. This is where you just start down the right path, in my opinion. Number 4 is the combination of meditating and journaling. A lot of internal work, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of reminiscing and learning as each day goes along. For me, I don't take this as seriously as I should. I do it every day. I do need to focus on it more. So as it stands in my life right now, I'm going to be giving this a C tier, just because it's not life or death for me. It's not the most important part of my day. It's a very valuable part of my day, but also very similar to reading. It's not essential for me as it stands right now. Number 5, eating healthy. Now, by all means, please, if you are eating like crap, if every single day you have at least one item of fast food, if you have any fast food places app on your phone, then this is pretty important. However, I am the furthest thing from my body is a temple. So for me, I'm going to be giving this a B tier. My body is not a temple. I treat it very well, but I will demolish any donut that I see in my path. Number 6, habits. James Clear wrote a fantastic book called Atomic Habits. It has been such the biggest inspiration for how I live my day-to-day life nowadays. It states that your success doesn't come from one big activity, one big something. You don't go to gym for 8 hours, murder yourself in the gym, go flat out on every machine, every weight you possibly can, and walk out there absolutely jacked. You go in there every single day for an extended period of time, a month earlier, 3 months earlier, 6 months earlier, 1 year earlier, 5 years earlier. You go in looking one way, and after just repeating that habit every single day, just chipping away little by little, at the end of the day, because you built that habit, because you stuck to it consistently, you became a different person. Habits for me are going to be the second S tier on this list. Go read James Clear's Atomic Habits. I can't explain it as well as he can because he literally wrote the book on the topic. To contrast habits, number 7 is goal setting. The problem I have with goal setting is a lot of us have the same goals. A lot of people have the same goals. Yet in 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we're going to be in very different places. A lot of my friends right now have the goal of one day I'll be rich. That is an awesome goal. That is a fantastic goal. That is a fucking amazing goal. Financial freedom. You get to retire your parents. You get to treat your future partner to date night as many times as you want. You get to give your future children the life, the education, the support that they could possibly want. We all have the goal of being financially successful. The thing that separates our goals from reality is the habits, is the daily work that we put in to achieving these goals. I have no problem with goal setting. I personally have goals for myself, but I think that they're overstated. So for me, goal setting is going to get a C on the list. If you have the habits of a successful person, you don't need the goals because you will get there eventually. Number 8 is nofap. For those of you who don't know what nofap is, basically, if a man spanks the monkey a little too much, his view on women becomes a little bit tainted. So, I have had a problem with this before. It is a very prevalent issue for young men out there. We have way too much access to over-sexualized content. Instagram is basically very full with very softcore. You can just scroll on the For You page, whatever it's called, the home page, and you'll see a photo of a beautiful girl in a bikini. Now, if that photo's got a lot of likes, there's a very high chance that in her Instagram bio, there's a certain link. Now, the concept behind nofap is men's brains when it comes to porn are miswired, misfiring, and just messed up. Their view on sex is fucked. Sorry for my French. So, the idea is you stop spanking the monkey and you generally become a better person. Now, I've been doing this nofap thing for the past couple of months. Unfortunately, I haven't attained the superpower of levitation yet, but I'm hoping that comes in the next couple of months. I haven't noticed the biggest change. I've noticed a slight increase of focus and energy. I don't feel as lethargic as I used to. But besides that, that could be me eating better. That could be me waking up earlier. That could be a multitude of things. To add it to your repertoire, go for it. Is it necessary? Probably not. So for this, I'm going to give it a resounding D, ironically. Number 9 is checklists. Anyone who has ADHD or anyone who battles to focus, this thing runs my life. If you are battling to remember to do things, if you are battling to fulfill promises, to stick to daily habits, if you're battling with anything, get yourself a small whiteboard, get yourself a marker pen, go to town. Just label it in general order. It doesn't have to be timed out, it doesn't have to be specific. In general order, give or take what you want done for the day, jot it down, tick it off as you go. Trust me, just do it. I'm not going to give this an S tier because you can survive without it. However, I will give it an A tier because it is one of the best things that I've done for myself. And number 10, looks maxing. Now I know as I sit before you today, I am not the prettiest sod you've ever seen. I am no Chris Hemsworth. I am no Chris Pratt. I am no Chris Hansen. But I can tell you that the confidence that you get when you do the simplest things, go from full neck beard to trimming up your lines, when you go from the skinny guy in your group to filling out your frame a little bit more, when you go from the guy who just wears a t-shirt and shorts to actually knowing how to style and color coordinate your clothes, when you go from average to above average, you don't have to be Ryan Reynolds, Ryan Gosling, Ryan. There's got to be another Ryan. But the amount of confidence that you get, the amount of attention that you get, it is such a confidence boost. It is such a motivation to further your self-improvement journey, completely on the vanity side. But the way that people treat you changes the way that you treat yourself. Bars. So for that, it is not essential. It is so bloody good for your self-image. So for that, I'm going to give it a B. Now that the important 10 are done, I'm going to give some dishonorable mentions for some E tier self-improvement lists. E tier number 1 is marrying rich and having no personality. I've worked at 4 country clubs so far. Anyone who's worked at any country club or anywhere where the rich are, you will see the rich wives, or you will see the rich husbands, who you know they married rich. You can tell it, you can smell it from the cheap wine on their breaths. If you've got no personality, don't aim for looks to be the only thing that you've got going for you. The second item on my E tier list is calling yourself a boss bitch, saying men ain't shit, when actually you're just the bitch and you have a bad taste in men. And last but not least is calling yourself an alpha male, or saying that you're in your villain arc because your ex dumped you just over a year ago. Yes, I'm talking to you, 2021 Beansy. Alrighty, if you guys did notice that I looked a little more stiff on camera, that's because I'm really trying to do the script thing. I know that I can give more value to you guys if I do the script thing. So give me a couple of weeks and I'll get this thing waxed. But yeah, if you guys do enjoy this, please let me know. I sound like a YouTuber now. Please let me know down in the comments. And if you guys want to keep up to date with my day-to-day life, here's my Instagram. Go give it a follow. If not, boo-hoo. I hope the point landed. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace. I need to write an outro song. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Your mom's a